The Morrie's Automotive Group is out here today with the Mazda CX-5 and the Subaru XV Crosstrek. What I'd like to do is show you around the interior, the exterior, and then give you a driving review to help you make your best informed decision about your next purchase. So let's start with the Mazda CX-5. This is the 2016 model, and it's gonna have a few different features than the previous generation or previous years. You're still keeping that Kodo design style up front. You're adding these really cool LED headlights that look really great coming down the road. Also from there, the wheels are gonna be a little bit different. Overall, this is the Grand Touring, so it's pretty well loaded up. I think the Mazda CX-5 is a great purchase if you're looking for maybe hauling the kids to soccer practice. If you're just running around town, you're still gonna get awesome fuel economy. This is the 2.5 liter Skyactiv technology engine. Basically what that means is it's always gonna be trying to get you the best possible fuel economy. So this is the 2015 XV Crosstrek. We did have some 16s, but they were all sold out already. So we're gonna have to settle for this one today. But the only main differences are gonna be a little bit of design style. Basically, one of the best things I like about the XV Crosstrek is the all-wheel drive and the reliability you're gonna get out of this car. The XV Crosstrek can also be purchased in a hybrid if you're looking to bump fuel economy, because sometimes with the all-wheel drive, you can sacrifice a little bit. To me, for the Minnesota winter conditions and all that stuff we can go through up here, it's definitely worth it. This one is the premium. You've also got the EyeSight technology, which is really cool. I took a road trip to Chicago in one of these, and I didn't hit the gas or brake for over 200 miles. So, I mean, it's gonna adapt to the car in front of you, not maybe if you're taking road trips every day, but it's nice to have for highway driving as well. All right, so now we're inside the XV Crosstrek. So who would look at buying this vehicle is kind of the question I get a lot. And that would be someone who maybe likes the outdoors more. Subaru makes a ton of factory options, whether you're putting your bicycles on the roof or a kayak, or maybe you're heading up north for the weekend. You can fit a lot of stuff in this car. And as far as, spending time in the car, it's really nice. It's quiet, it's comfortable. Like I mentioned before, they're very reliable vehicles. So other things I like about the XV Crosstrek is that you can fit 4 or 5 adults comfortably in here, but it doesn't feel like a huge car. It's not like driving around a large SUV, and I think that's why a lot of Americans now are starting to pick up on these smaller SUV, kind of crossover compact SUVs. And that's because they're reliable, they're fun to drive. This car is a blast to drive, especially when you get 2 feet of snow and you don't have to worry about it. That's always a good thing. It's zippy. You kind of get in and go. It's got these paddle shifters if you want. You can move it over so it's gonna feel like you have a manual transmission. The way this car drives, it does have a little bit different of a transmission than maybe a lot of people are used to, but it doesn't take long to adjust to it. And that's kind of why I like the Subaru. You get in, you know how to change the radio, the air conditioning, everything is easy. This one does have heated cloth seats as well, which are super nice because you don't get so hot like in the leather when it's hot outside, and they don't get freezing cold in the winter. Steering wheel controls, Bluetooth, all that good stuff is in here. And Subaru really makes a user-friendly car. Some of the other cars you can load up with so much technology that can take you weeks and weeks to figure out what you're doing, and half of that stuff you might not even use. One of the other things I really like, the side mirrors. They're really large on this car. Like I mentioned, it's not a huge car, but those mirrors definitely help with visibility. You can easily see what's going on next to you. There's not a blind spot with these added little windows down here, so you don't feel like the pillar is so large that you can't see around, which can happen in some of the newer cars today. Out of the back window, you do get a wiper as well, so you can see. And overall, I've spent a lot of time in these Crosstreks. Like I said, driving down to Chicago, you can set the EyeSight, basically not hit the gas or brake for miles on end, and that's a really nice feature to have. Overall, if you maybe are the outdoorsy type, or you like a reliable car, which would be hard to argue with, and you want something that's gonna be safe and sound in the winter, the Subaru Crosstrek is definitely an awesome option. All right, so now we're in the Grand Touring Mazda CX-5. This is one of my favorite cars, I have to admit that. Usually when my friends come to me and say, Adam, I'm looking for a new car, what should I get, what should I consider? Mazda and Hyundai seem to be two of the first ones that are always out of my mouth, but the CX-5 is usually number one. Why is that? Because it's so comfortable, it's so easy to use, and they have a great reliability history that I think the CX-5 is one of the best crossover SUVs in the market today. That being said, some things that they've done right is this little infotainment system controller. It's so easy to use. You click home, you go to your communication, your entertainment, all that stuff, it's right there. There's a separate volume knob, which is cool, and you can just click it to mute it. Other things I really like, visibility is great in this car. You sit up high enough where you can see out of the front. The mirrors are nice and large on the side, and they're also going to give you blind spot technology. Other safety equipment in this vehicle, the rear cross traffic alert, there's so much stuff, it's hard to cover it all, but it's always good to know that you have all that equipment in the car. The seats are so good. They're three-way heated adjustable seats, and no matter if you're the driver or the passenger, they're very comfortable for hours on end if you are spending time in your car a lot. This is certainly one to consider. From there, other things you get, basically the way the car just rides and drives, it's one of the most fun cars in the snow. Short of the Subaru, which has that history of rally and being awesome in the snow, this Mazda is definitely up there with the best of them. The traction control system can help you out, or you can turn it off and have a lot of fun in the snow, whether there's a couple inches of snow on the ground or feet on the ground. It's definitely going to be a good car for that. Other things I like, the way the dash is laid out and the steering wheel, all your controls are on here. Everything is easy to read, easy to see, and it doesn't overcomplicate things. I guess overcomplicate anything. The Japanese have definitely figured it out that they know what you need when you're behind the wheel and how to easily access that stuff. It has such a quiet, comfortable, and smooth ride. Over that bump, I'm not going very fast, but again, some cars feel like a little tingy, a little kind of when you hit the bumps, it's not comfortable, especially when you get up into the Grand Touring packages and higher level packages. Some of the low profile tires can be a brutal ride. This is not the case at all. For the money, the CX-5 is definitely one of the top contenders in this class. The new 2016 is no different than that. It gives you a ton of equipment, whether you're looking at the base model or just a regular package, or all the way up to this Grand Touring. It is certainly a car to consider. On behalf of the Morrie's Automotive Group, thanks for watching our comparison between the Mazda and the Subaru. Now, if you'd like to schedule your test drive, make sure to call, click, or stop by your nearest Morrie's today. Thanks again for watching, and make sure you buy happy.